Welcome to Andy's Reviews and Smart Home Tips. Today we're going to be taking a look at the G350 camera by Aqara, and as you can see from the video clip that is coming up on your screen now, if I walk this way, the camera will follow me over here, and if I walk this way, the camera very quickly follows me over here. It keeps me in frame as I am walking about the living room. So essentially, if you have a burglar that breaks into your house, not only will they be on camera, but it will track them around whatever room the camera is in, meaning that you have a better chance of being able to pick the person up on your camera, and they will be highly identifiable to law enforcement. Let's get into the video. As you've just seen in the introduction, we have the G350 Camera Hub from Aqara, and as you can see on the box, you have compatibility with various different ecosystems. It is Matter 1.5 compatible, and it's one of the, if not the first cameras to have that compatibility, which means it's going to be future-proof. For the moment, we are waiting on ecosystems to catch up to Aqara at this point, so Aqara are very much ahead of the game, and I believe that one thing a lot of people are going to look forward to is Apple in particular catching up to the 1.5 Matter standard, because this should allow pan, tilt and zoom control in the Apple ecosystem, which thus far we haven't been able to have. One thing that I do like about this is because it's Matter compatible, I'm going to be able to show you getting it into multiple ecosystems at the same time, and because it has RTSP support, then it should be extremely easy to get it across into the Home Assistant ecosystem as well. So onto the cameras, it has 9 times zoom with 4K quality. Of course, in the Apple ecosystem, unfortunately we're still waiting for Apple to catch up yet again, and you will only be able to get 1080p, but inside the box you do get the camera itself. Now you will note speaker, so it looks like the speaker systems have been beefed up quite a lot. You also get the charging cable. You have your button on the front with an LED ring surrounding it, a USB-C port on the back, and you will note on this one you have an Aqara QR code, you have your Matter code here, and you have Apple HomeKit underneath. Now, for the moment, I know already that using the Matter code will actually put a Matter bridge into the Apple ecosystem. So for now, we will be pairing with this one when I show you how we set it up, but I'll initially be setting it up in the Aqara app using this code on the back. On the front, you can see that you can enable privacy mode. So the cameras are physically unable to view anything when it's in privacy mode. This also allows you to be able to put a micro SD card in here. And if we just pull it down gently, you can see that there are 2 lenses. One is a wide angle lens and the other one focuses in to give you an ultra clear picture when zoomed up to your target. And by the way, my partner Sammy thinks the little bunny ears are super cute. Just to show you as well, the ears are removable and it's like a silicone case if you don't wish to have the bunny ears on. And this is different to the G3 camera, and you notice it has a golden ring around the outside of the cameras. Thank you very much, Sam. Sam has a spare G3 that we haven't set up yet at the moment, just to show you a little comparison. So again, if we look at the back, the speaker system has definitely been beefed up a little. With the camera being a Matter hub, then it does mean that you can pair things like Zigbee devices, so door and window sensors, water leak sensors, for example, direct to the camera. What we'll do now is head downstairs. I'll show you getting it set up on a mount, of which I forgot to mention. There is a 1/4-20 thread on the bottom of the camera, and I will be putting this on a mount that I've already screwed up to the wall. We'll show you getting into the Aqara app, then from there into the other ecosystems. Let's get started. Now, as you can see on the iPad, which I will be overlaying on the screen, we have the Aqara app open and ready to go. And I have the camera, and the wire is already plugged into a plug. I've set a bracket up on here, but just to make it easy, we're going to set it up first, then I'm going to be screwing it on, because if I put it on there, it's going to be a little bit hard to scan all the codes that we need. Plug this into the USB. There we are, and as you can see, the yellow light turns on. Does a little dance, as Sam says, and there we are.
Please open the app.
And it says please open the app. You should be seeing the screen recording now, and as you can see, we can press the plus button and add an accessory. Now, just a quick note, this is compatible with 2.4 and 5 gigahertz networks, but I put all of my smart devices on 2.4 gigahertz. As you can see, the G350 has popped up, so we're going to tap on there. And we are just going to scan the Aqara code on the back of the camera. And then we're going to agree and continue. And we're just going to enter the password for the Wi-Fi. Once you've entered that in there, we can go to the next step.
Network connecting. Please wait. The account is bound successfully. Welcome aboard.
As you heard, the account is bound successfully. I'm not sure why it's brought this up, because I clearly am on the correct Wi-Fi network, because I just connected to it. So I'm just going to click skip. And it's brought it up anyway. So as you can see, the name is Camera Hub G350 and it's in the living room. I'm going to give Sammy access and we're going to click next. And I'm just going to put G350 just so I can identify it here. Going to click OK. You can see that you can add a card on the homepage board. You can choose your style. We're just going to click done for now. And you have camera zoom, so you can click or slide. If we click next, you have tap and drag, and there we are. Just before we go any further, I want to get it into a couple of different ecosystems. I'm going to press the three dots at the top right. We are going to go down to HomeKit, and if we click connect, as you see, it brings this screen up, so we're going to click continue and continue on our home. It's now setting up. We're going to put this in the living room, and we're just going to put G350 so we can identify it for now. Click continue. Here you have your options for stream and stream and allow recording. So I'll put it on stream and allow recording just now so that later on in the video I can show you the recordings and how they appear. And Sammy has access to stream and view recordings, but you can change that by tapping on here, and if you only want somebody in the household to stream, then that's where you do that. We're going to click continue. I'm going to click continue. You can turn on these suggested automations, but I'm just going to leave them for now. I'm going to click continue and done. That should now be in the Apple Home app. So what we're going to do is just come out of here for the time being and go across to Apple Home. So if I pick this up, you can see that is the camera in the Apple Home app and it's responding rather quickly. If we tap on the Apple Home app and click our settings, you can see that it's in the living room and we have two accessories, a motion sensor and system. So that's the security system. You can add or remove from the home view. You can show as separate tiles. So if you click that, then it will show these two things here in separate tiles to the camera. Here you have automations and you can click here to add an automation. Status and notifications. As you can see, these are all fairly self-explanatory and they have little bits of writing if you need to pause. Going back again, you have your recording options. So here's where you can change the stream and allow recording when you want to change it later, and if you click under more options, then you can record when people are detected, animals are detected, vehicles or packages, and you can record or audio or choose to not record audio on here. With Apple HomeKit you get face detection, and the way this works is it uses photos that you have in your camera library, and for me photos in Sam's camera library because I've enabled that, and then it will recognize people's faces. You have the camera status light, and if I flip over to the recording again quickly, if I turn the camera status light off, you can see that goes off. And if we turn it back on again, it goes back on. You will note that when the camera is recording, then the LED ring turns red, and when it's possibly recording or somebody's just viewing a stream, it turns blue. Above that we have the activity zones, which I forgot to mention. So you can choose activity zones and you can tap to create a zone. I'm not going to do that at the moment. You have night vision light, which you can turn on and off as well. And under here we just have some various different information like the serial number, manufacturer, model and the firmware version. Now that we have briefly explored the Apple Home app, and the first thing that we're going to do, just because I noticed it on the Apple Home app, is we're going to click on firmware upgrade. And as you can see, there is a firmware update available, so we're going to click upgrade. And everybody should always keep everything up to date. It gives you the best services and the best features, and as you can see, that is now transferring across, so I will skip forward. As you can see, that's just taken a couple of minutes to update, and the algorithm is now going to update. As you can see, that just took another minute or so. Now we can click done, and the firmware has updated, as you can see there. A couple of basic settings that I do personally like to set up straight away is if we come into video settings here, I like to put a timestamp overlay on, and the reason for this is if you ever need the video for a break-in or anything like that, then because it's got the timestamp that is synced with the internet, then it's more likely to be able to be used in court if you need to. And also here in the UK we have day, month, year, hour, minute, second. So I'm going to click that because that's the one I prefer, and we're going to click confirm. You can have the logo watermark on, which is the Aqara logo. I'm just going to leave that on at the moment. And if you had it, say, upside down on a mount from the ceiling, then you could come into image rotation here and you can flip the image upside down. I don't need that because I'm going to be putting it on the mount. We'll go through a couple of other settings in a moment after we get it into a couple of other ecosystems. Sam has just informed me that it has automatically been picked up by Alexa, and I believe this is because my house is so closely integrated and I set everything up carefully. You should see a screen recording pop up now, and as you can see on the bottom you have the Aqara Hub G350 connected. We're going to click on here and it's asking where it wants to be put, so we're going to click living room and we're going to add to the group and click continue, and done. Now if we go across to our living room and scroll down a little bit, you'll see the Camera Hub G350. If we click on here, it says that the G350 is in privacy mode, but I don't believe it is. Let's try this one again. And there we are. It must have just been having a little blip. So if we put this up, you can see the camera feed is there. On the screen now you can see that you can turn on various different alerts such as motion, package detection, person detection, and you have some other details down here, and you can enable and disable and of course delete at the top right hand side. That is how the camera appears in the Lady A app for you, so hopefully that was a little bit of a benefit. Now we're going to move over to my MacBook upstairs and I'll show you how to get the RTSP stream into there, and then we're going to go through some of the settings, and then I'll show you how the camera can track movement and some other features of the camera after this is all set up. Now that I'm on the MacBook and we are in Home Assistant, we are going to come across to settings. I realised I haven't updated this, and this is because there's a problem and it broke my system. What we're going to do is go down to devices and services. We're going to add an integration, and if we start typing camera, then we can put generic camera, and as you can see it wants the stream source URL. You can put the still image URL as well, and username and password. What we're going to do is come across here, and this is on the 3-dot menu, by the way. You can find this on your mobile as well. We're going to scroll down to more settings, and as you can see you have RTSP LAN preview. When you click on this to start with, this will be off, so you're going to turn this on, and you have your channel 1, which is 2160, channel 2 1080, and channel 3 360. You have your username across here and your password across here. I'm going to copy the 2160 version and then go back across to Home Assistant and paste that in here. We are then going to go across and get our username, and we're also going to get our password. You can go on advanced settings if you wish, but I'm not going to do that for the moment. I'm also not going to do the still image URL just for now. All I'm going to do is click submit, just to show you how to get it quickly into Home Assistant if you need to. Now it has loaded the feed, and as you can see Sam doing some diamond art while I am filming up here. So I'm going to click everything looks good, and we're going to click submit. You can then rename the camera here. I've just named it Living Room G350 for the time being, and area, put it in the living room where it belongs, and then we're going to click finish. Now it brings you straight into here, and as you see you have automations, scenes and scripts. No activity at the moment, and the Living Room G350 is idle. Come back to our overview and click into the living room, and as you can see security has loaded at the top, and here we have our camera. So if we click into our camera, this then brings the live feed of the camera up.
Yeah.
And as you see she's waving at the camera. So we'll click X out of here, and as you can see when we are exited that view it comes up with our little thumbnail here, and that's how you can get that set up in Home Assistant. You should be able to see somewhere here a screen recording. I'm on Sam's phone with the screen recording, and as you can see the camera is fixed at the moment, and if I walk in front of it nothing really remarkable happens. But what we can do is if I press right on the pan settings then it will move, press left it'll move, up and down. However, if we come down here and we press on person tracking, as you can see the camera just moved and it seems to have recognised that I am a person. What we're going to do is walk about, and as you can see the camera tracks the position. I'll turn this on its side so it makes it a little bit bigger. Obviously it might be on its side for you, but it is quite quick and it does actually keep me well within the frame. I'll move right over here, and again that is pretty damn quick. So we'll come back here, and this is all in real time, so you can see it on here and you can see it on the screen recording that's on the screen. And you can do the same for pets, and you can do close-up tracking. So that is one of the remarkable features there. If you click on playback here, you can see that that then starts playing back, and if we scrub through the timeline you can see that we have been doing various things as we've been going along. Because I have multiple cameras I would need to subscribe to the AI Guardian Plus and put all of the cameras in there, but this is where you would search for things like animals, or say for instance you know somebody dived into your house and they had a balaclava, you could search balaclava and it should bring it up in the timeline. This is an audio test unedited on the video to show you what the camera sounds like. This is an audio test from an iPhone 17 Pro Max, unedited so that you can hear the audio quality of the camera.
Here is Aqara's voice changer.
Yeah, it's a robot voice changer. Sam's personal favourite is phone voice changer.
Now I completely forgot at this point to record something specifically at night when all the lights are off. However, I managed to scrub back through the footage and the camera was triggered by the cat, as you'll see in these 3 short clips. Hopefully this gives you an indication of the quality at night. The little lights that you're seeing on the floor are related to other cameras and the night vision LEDs shining on the floor. Just to go through one or two of the other settings in the app, as you can see on screen somewhere either here or here, I haven't decided yet, then you can see that we have AI detection up here. A lot of these settings under this menu will require the subscription from Aqara. However, these are a list of all the settings that you have here. Going back, you have your notification settings. These are all the notifications that you can get. If we go back, you have your cloud event video here, and you can choose what to record on the cloud event video. As you can see, if we go onto the Home Guardian, you can click on upgrade at the bottom, and again, this is what you will get on the Home Guardian subscription. If you go on your video settings, as I said previously in the video, you have your timestamp overlay, logo watermark. You can choose how things are displayed. You have privacy masking area, so if we go on here, then you can choose where to mask out, and you can choose up to 3 areas, as you can see. So if we click that one again but expand this one, then go here, that's how you can mask out privacy areas. You can also correct any distortion. So on the video where you see the arcing, it's not too bad for me and I can put up with it, but if it does get too bad, then that will correct that distortion. And you have time-lapse video at the bottom there. You have your sound settings here, and what we'll do is if I put that down and then back up, you'll hear the sound. So again, this can be linked up and used to play a sound. Say for example, if somebody rings the G400 doorbell, it can play on this speaker as well as the M3 and various other devices within the Aqara ecosystem. Interestingly enough, the G400 on a doorbell press will play through things like HomePod minis and HomePods. Under here you have your pan and tilt settings, and you can set the pan and tilt home setting, so it's default at the moment, but you can customize it and set the position. Now if we set the position, what this basically means is the position that the camera will return to. Say for instance you put it to sleep and then wake it up again. Say I wanted it there, then you would just click OK, and that's the position set. And if the power goes out, or if it goes to sleep and then wakes back up again, then that position will be the default position when it turns back on. Under more settings here, we have a lot more settings, so it's not just 1 or 2, and all of the rest of the menus are pretty self-explanatory. So there are quite a few settings and things to go through. I'm sure there's much more that I could go, however the video is already getting quite long. As you can see on here though, one other thing that I did want to show you was the tap and drag feature. So if we click on tap and drag, then you can generate an image, and what it will do is it will pan around the room. So as you can see, it's starting here. Now that that is done, what we can do is tap anywhere on the screen. So if I tap over here on the left, then it will automatically come around here. If I tap where the telly is, then it will go to where the telly is. If I swipe across here and tap on the door, it will automatically go to the door. So that's that feature there. As you can see on the screen, if we tap the screen, we have 9x zoom. So if I click on there, as you can see, that is 9x zoom. And what I'll do, I'll walk over to that doorway, and if I just come down, as you can see, the picture of me is extremely clear. In fact, at 9x zoom, I think that's absolutely blooming amazing. There we go. So I completely forgot just until now to do the zoom. However, you've just seen on there that the 9x zoom is absolutely amazing and the picture quality is brilliant. You would have no trouble identifying somebody with that level of quality on the video. On to my final thoughts for the G350 then. I think that it is a very well-rounded camera. It is also a very good idea that it has a hub. The night vision's okay, the sound quality is brilliant, and the speaker system has definitely been beefed up. With the dual lenses, it obviously gives you a wide field of view and you can zoom in very far. I think this would be good for anyone who is wanting to beef up their security. I think it would also be very good for people who are looking after somebody that's perhaps a little bit older and you've set up a couple of cameras around the house just to check in because you can't physically be there. All in all, Overall, I think this is a very well-rounded product. I want to thank Aqara for sending this through. As I say, this is not a paid video. They did send it through and they gave me no stipulations as to what to say in the review. I'm genuinely impressed with it, and I think Aqara as a brand are working very hard to give customers what they want, and they do listen to customer feedback. I am on the beta program for Aqara, however this one was a little bit different. A different department entirely sent this through, so I haven't been on the beta, but they still wanted me to review the product because they said that they like how my videos are real, which, as you can see, there's mess around my house. I don't have things absolutely perfect because at the end of the day life isn't perfect, and I want to give you an idea of real world use. So there we have it. Thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you all have an amazing day. If you do have any comments, then please leave them in the comment section. I do try and answer every single person that gets in touch, and if you need help and you don't think that you can write it all down in a comment, then please email me at andy@andysreviews.co.uk. I will try and get back to you as soon as possible. Bear in mind though, I don't get paid for any of the videos that I do. I do it off my own back, and I do it because I genuinely want to see, even if I can just help one person improve their lives by automating something or making something a little bit easier, then that's why I do it. So please don't forget to like and subscribe because it really does help the channel out. There will be a link in the description that Aqara have provided me for the product, so you will be able to go for that there. Until the next video, I hope you all have an amazing day, and thank you very much for watching.